Oh shit.
Danganronpa.
Hang on.
Happy
Wait
Havoc.
for
Would
me.
you like me to update the screen?
Yes.
On the Twitch, Steven and Jar. Copium is now live. Streaming software and game development. New Vtuber model for tackle. I've set the stream title to Unraveling the Mysteries of Danganronpa with the Happy Havoc magnifying glass. Let's solve the ultimate despair together. No spoilers, and updated the stream.
Alright. Show me the road. We're still in Asmongold's basement, I take it. He is going to charge rent because we've been here for like an entire day, I think. Wasn't it number 2? Wait. No, number 1. No, that's the 15th. That's the 16th. Wait, number 3? Wait. Yeah, this is the latest save, I think, number 3. 16th at 4:17. That sounds like... Please no. Was it 4 in the afternoon? The ultimate despair, a group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy is finally being revealed. But right now...
Anyway...
Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Yeah, about freaking time. Yeah, that's alright, this is where we were. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Well, can we leave? It's locked, but we have a way to open the door. Well, Kyoko, do you want to actually get us out of here? Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room.
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Yes, but you must stay here forever and be my little bitch slave. I will come and use you whenever I feel the need. You will stay here forever. Is she just going to keep teasing us like this, or what? Is she actually going to let us out of the fucking class? Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open the door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. What do you mean you didn't even know? You came down here without even knowing for sure whether you could get out. You know, that is true, Lord, to be fair. She took a risk. Took a risk on me. She took a chance on me. Kyoko took out the key, with which the Monokuma design on it. What? No. With the Monokuma design on it, and slid it into the keyhole. And then... Yes, it opens.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the Gabbagio Pitio, otherwise known as the garbage pits. Finally, we were finally free. Freedom! But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain. Ultimate suffering. Ultimate despair. Ultimate execution I saw there as well. Who's being executed? It better be Monokuma. Or the headmaster. I don't know though, because headmaster's Kyoko's dad, right? If see, I'm supposed to get permission, especially in Japan, right? You're supposed to get permission to marry the daughters. You're not supposed to just marry them willy-nilly. You're not supposed to just go around and, like, drive by, marry loads of girls without asking their dad's permission. So, if the dad is dead, I won't be able to get permission to marry Kyoko, will I? So maybe I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll ask his permission. I'll ask the permission to marry Kyoko, and then I'll kill him. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney, just like Santa Claus used to use. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing said ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Oh my god. Oh my god, this was, you know what, this best game ever. This is the best game ever made. This is the game I'm missing from my life. Can I have that as a wallpaper? Can I make that my wallpaper? Please? Can you do that? Can you hide the subtitles momentarily just for fun? Just as a meme. I only want this as a meme. But the thing is we just crop it, you see. We just crop it there. And now it's a wallpaper, you know? Hell yeah. Okay, right. The ladder was impossibly long. Just like something else. And I couldn't even see where it ended. Yeah, just like this story. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you've said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. you should have my view, mate. Maybe, I'll tell you what, if he'd have been... Good job he went first, because if he'd have gone second, frickin' hell. Ladder to just shit himself on the spot, this guy. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. You're not talking out your ass here, Kyoko, because you kind of look like you are. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family has always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. This is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely irrational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because like I said, it is our source of pride. Yeah, we've got something like that in our family. We have a source of tomato. Sometimes we just call it tomato sauce. Pride, so that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Boo! In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true kitty-giddy detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect. I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What?
I...
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
Oh, Jesus! Oh! Hang on, I dropped my keyboard. It's fine. Oh, Jesus, this thing weighs a ton. Oh! Oh, shit. I want to sever all ties with him. Oh, good job that didn't land on my foot. Oh, Jesus. Sever? Yeah, you know, like cut, chop, slice, dissect. The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kitty Kitty family. He was talented, he had a promising future,
However,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Now, let me just do something real quick. I might regret this. I'm going to turn the mic up a teeny little bit, because looking at the old volume levels. Did that get pushed down at some point? No! No! Just a minute. Yeah, I thought that was quiet. There we go. Sorry about that. That's probably better. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for it. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression or check out her ass. So I couldn't tell, I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. This girl didn't feel anything. What are you talking about? She's a robot. That's why we get the Nier Automata ladder climbing shot, because it's a subtle hint that she's a robot. She's about as human as 2B. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
How long is this freaking ladder? This is one hell of a ladder conversation. But there's one thing. One thing that I will never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind, like I said.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. The bastard. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No!
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. Whoa, excuse me. I just kept climbing the little ladder like a belching little piggy in complete silence, well, except for a little baby bird. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of the store, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back!
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of here. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favour. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of her fault that I'm in there. It was in there in the first place, to be honest. Right, what's this? Oh, weird, that's where that goes. Oh, I see. So now we know where that goes. This is the trash room, the dump in other words, but to be honest, I don't think I've seen anyone throw anything away down here. It's the switch that raises and lowers the gate. I don't have the key to open it. We never did set up that cleaning duty rotation. So now what do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you helped me, so they might...
Listen.
Your worries. Of course.
So then
let's just get a concrete answer. Yeah?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide it, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't.
because
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was.
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, no, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going.
Maybe she's trying to send a message to someone by pointing at the camera. Smart move. Or is she just trying to show off her best angles?
No, I saw best angles just a minute ago. How the fuck do we get out of here? So where do I go now? We never did open this up, did we? Yeah, I wonder if this will open up at some point. So what am I supposed to do? Go to the gym, maybe. No, not that.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Hey, 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 hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? It's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Pum, pum.
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the cross trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
Yeah? Lose?
Hey!
Explain yourself, what do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another one like that. You underestimated just how much of a little bitch simp this guy really is.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that of a being that could come to our I can't speak. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuro, you did. Jesus Christ, get the shit out of me, speaker. Shut up! God, what the hell?
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto, for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. And that's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Pum, pum.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, He never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you saw love to inspire.
However,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. But
indeed.
imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course you can say we're just... Shit. No! You can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makuto's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuto's killer, of the mastermind themselves. I thought we were told last time that that was our last trial. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fit in
You
the end.
guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school, if you can do that.
I can barely contain myself!
Then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuto's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you will win. But if you can't do all of that, you'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Mukuro's trial is no exception. Wait a minute. Mukuro's trial is no exception, but it's part of the regulations. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking, I've got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone, get out of here. Okay, I'm going, You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey.
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. I'm just gonna have a vape. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym.
Monokuma needs to chill, like seriously.
Well, that won't happen. This will not happen. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why did the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down the guard. Like I said, how did they let down the guard? So when was it the mastermind that let the guard down?
so
I was not to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? He said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? It's pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, is killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would seem.
Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
Prove a point, most likely. Prove a point.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, is the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making us, the rest of us, suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. What rule did she break, though? I can't remember what rule she broke. She refused to play the game or something.
Right.
So instead they tried to use the class trial. Or did she like assault the headmaster or something? I can't remember. Following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial. They didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. What a crock of... This is stupid! But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanour is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it will cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone?
however,
Is that really possible?
anyway,
Huh? Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? In the dorms somewhere. Let's see if she's got anything new to say.
Anyway,
No, same thing. Just wondered. In the dorms somewhere. It's very vague. And by somewhere, what you really mean is somewhere. Ah! Where are we? Not in the? We're not in the dorms, though, are we? So it's the same maps anyway, whether we're whatever building we're in. I thought for some reason I thought the maps were linked to the building. Well, probably in the dining room. I know somebody who will be. And suddenly we were greeted with a very long email address. You again? Are you broken?
Whew.
I suppose his emotional instability reached its limits. Geez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it, that's Makoto!
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks, dude. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away! Ugh. And in a flash, my tears dried up. So we've got to talk to one eye. I still can't believe you survived! Yeah, me neither. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their life saved by a computer program.
Hmm.
I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Yo!
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world, dude? Why are you sniffing your finger? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? So what have you guys been up to while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And no dice, all the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. And where can we go to find new clues? Oh, you stink, you rotten.
I'm telling you!
Rotten physically, mentally, everywhere in which you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason.
Makoto,
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you, dude?
it's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Makuro's trial.
Huh?
Wait, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point in redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What, dude? You're saying the mastermind killed Makoto?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate... It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? Made it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed. Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here, dudes. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoto to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what would we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Makoto, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery?
But
But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everybody dies.
Oh no!
I hate you.
Hey, who said you agreed to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I meanwhile want to get the fuck out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
But
figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Makuro and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order, dudes. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. If we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all of those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Why can't you agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of it. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Makuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Makuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
According to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students that have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Makuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
that's right.
And of the 16 people we started out with, the only one still alive are people standing right here. Need I continue or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us? I bet it's fucking him. I bet he's just plain dumb. I bet it's freaking him. Could it be him? It's gonna be either him or Byakuya then, right? Unless it really is Hina. I can't see being Hina. Or am I just being a little simp again? I think it's being a little simp.
no way!
You can't be serious. Wait! To say for sure that's... You can't say for sure that that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. That is one possibility we cannot ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So there must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but
It's time for a fun fact. Average lifespan of a Major League Baseball, 7 pitches.
At this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my
At this
family.
point, I can rely only on myself, on the Tagami blood flowing in my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well done. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey,
Do you blame him, dude? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone, dude. And you're gonna take off all by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me, dudes.
you know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too, dude.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity, dude. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up until now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? It's really nice of you to say.
but,
Still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. See you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Indeed. Oh wait, when you said you were going off on your own, you still... Ooh. Oh, I'll tell you what. It's on now. Now Kyoko doesn't even count me as not her. What does that even mean? It's terrifying. Run! It's terrifying. Okay, we might have, maybe we picked the wrong waifu, you know. I think she has complete control over us now. Okay, we don't have a self identity anymore. Mind simp. So, you're gonna go off on your own. Oh, okay. Maybe not then. Maybe she's going off on her own. So you're gonna go off on your own now too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together. Oh my god, it's true! She fucking owns me now. Right now she's gonna hand me a dog collar. And she's gonna put a little leash on me and she's gonna be like, right, heel doggy.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. I think you need to take a bath, don't you? Haven't you been rolling around in garbage for fucking 24 hours? You've been in Asmongold's basement for like the whole day. Get a fucking bath, you dirty bastard. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
Correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth by any means necessary. And with that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. Guess I'll start by taking another look at Makoto's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. He had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with old wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find who killed Makoto Kikusawa, then we'll know who the mastermind really is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the bio lab, and a door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. On the second floor of the dorms, where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, it's time to get started. Okay, places to check has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I was just about to set up a bloody... Well, actually, I might still do that anyway. They've been added to where? Truth bullets. Let's work our way up. Alright, let's have a look. So we have let's see what else have we got for Monokuma door in the data center. Oh, Monokuma door in the data center, not in the data center. And the second floor of the dormitory area. Alright, let's do it. Assistant! Assistant! Task this.
Creating tasks. You have 6 new tasks.
Assistant! Current task.
1. Check the second floor dorms.
Second floor dorms. So that's... These are the dorms. Where's the... Where are the stairs? I was literally just looking at them though, wasn't I? There we go. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms. It looks like some ancient ruins. Oh no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. 128 coins. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. So there's literally nothing else in here, right? Leave the area. Yes. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Why? No one's using it, for fuck's sake. The whole floor's abandoned. You might find a clothes, dead body or anything. What a fucking little bitch this guy is. Absolute bitch. Okay, the gents are actually rather... In fact, I would say, are these better than the first floor toilets? I should have been using these the whole time, they look cleaner. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Oh my god. Let's start the far left. There's a metal plate mounted on the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. Well, actually, click the one next to it, you little bitch. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean Well, let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. Be the same, probably.
Hey, how about we just leave the locker alone and focus on solving the mystery at hand?
Well, I'm looking for clues, you fool. It looks like this locker is already broken. Set for all of them, isn't it? So why why freaking put a hotspot on all of these then? Just put one for each side if it's like... if there's really no point to any of this, then why bother setting them up as interactive spots? It's just pointless. I feel like it's either just to waste your time, or it almost looks like they maybe had more planned and then just couldn't be asked at the end, or ran out of budget, or ran out of time or something, and just decided, you know what, let's just call it a day. Either way, that doesn't feel good. Is this where we came in, or is this somewhere else? This is a nice room. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. What the hell are you doing in here? Kyoko?
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. What, not going for a roll around on that bed? So I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? Life is too short for regrets. Alright, what's this? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake? Or a construction defect or something?
So...
there's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space, does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. So you know how to open it. Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy. I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
but I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this... There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However...
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving forces come from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to do, is there?
Whew.
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete kitty failure. But any information about that mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well?
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Before I do though, although we could probably interact with everything else, I'm just curious what these other things are. Okay, this is a chair. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. The desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Yeah, well, I was clicking the keyboard, you dolt. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay, in that case, here goes nothing. I clicked it myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... What? That did it! Kyoko, it worked! Uh-oh. It's gonna hit me.
Why?
Why did you try it? Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko? Hey Kyoko, I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing, the present on the table with her name on it. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. Covered with joy? It's just wrapping paper, calm down. That's what made it so unusual. Is that a picture of little Kyoko? Oh. Is it little Kyoko? I better check out the suspicious present before I do anything. Oh really? But what if it's a bomb and we blow up? We never get to see a picture of... There's a brightly coloured box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. It's surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Keep checking the box. But it'll be a stupid mozzarella or whatever his name is. Fucking teddy bear version. Heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry like the little bitch I am. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? What was in the box? It was wrapped up all nice, so I never would have guessed what was inside. Human bones. I'll open the picture now. Kyoko said just as I thought. I had to find out what she meant by that. Oh my god! Just let me do what I want. Just as you thought, how could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. It's pretty much the same thing, a dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know it's him?
So...
And given all the information we already have, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume.
In other words...
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Oh no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought. So she knew it was a possibility, but I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true kitty-kitty detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Right, now can we look at the picture? Huh, this picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is that a picture of an armpit? Hey Kyoko, is that your father's armpit? Yes, it is.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? That I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? What is going on? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoning me again. And this time he even stole the opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko.
Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
Yeah, okay. Kat's lighting is kind of fucked now. She's a little darker than she was. She's a little too dark. So I need to fix that now. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue. So I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
in other words...
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it was. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Oh, I remember the last time you got me to hold on to something. Yeah, the knife that was used to frame me for murder. It's better not be settled. Huh? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you want it, go ahead and leave it here. If you don't want it, leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Oh my god, she already said. I must be the most annoying person in the world to hang out with. No wonder she's giving me that look. Seriously, dude.
Hey.
Listen, Kodo. Can I ask you a favor? Oh, what kind of favor?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a
get
second.
My emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, give me just some more time to myself. Okay, I understand. I'll see you later. Yeah, but there might be some more stuff to investigate. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. Yeah, but you're a little scaredy little bitch, that's why. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. Ding dong, the headmaster's dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster was a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. 15 of us met in the main hall, and Mukuro to the mix. Add Mukuro to the mix, and you got 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me. Yakia. Hiro. Toko. Hina. And Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. There's no question. Wait, no, that can't be! I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. So we went in there, that's where all the lockers were. And I was in there as well, I think. And this must be where I came up. I don't think there's any stairs going up from here, so I think we have to go to the other building. Yeah, that just goes around to the headmaster's thing, doesn't it? So I think I've checked all of this out now. Assistant! Assistant! Next task.
2. Check the headmaster's room on the 4th floor.
Headmaster's room on the 4th floor. I suppose we can go in here, because to be fair, all the doors are open, right? Oh, little bitch. Why is this such a little bitch? Can anybody answer that? Right, I know. I mean, we might as well. We may as well. We'll just spend big money. Nothing else to do with these coins. Because we got most of these, right? So if we spend like. $30 coins, 69. I can have 3 goes now. Maybe like 25 coins because we just got 4 goes.
Why not just buy the whole game at this point?
22 coins. Yeah, I think that was a unique one, actually. I think that was also a unique one. I might as well spend the last 21. Rigged. That is so rigged. Right, so we want to go out to the 4th floor. Where the fucking stairs go? Look down. Okay, this is the 4th floor. I think this is the 4th floor. Where are we going? Headmaster's room. Is that the data center? That's the data center. We do need to go in there. We'll do it so first. But Headmaster's room. Which one is the Headmaster's room? We'll do one more here, right? way before this is when there's some flaws on there. Which one's the headmaster's room? Oh, it's gotta be this one. Huh, the one that says headmaster. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, hi, Barriga. The bookshelf seems really well made, and it's filled with files and thick books. Well, actually, I was trying to talk to him, but whatever. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? As long as you keep your pants on. What do you mean something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78 student registry. Contains profiles for all of us and Mukuro.
So, in other words,
Apparently class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoto's room.
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there, along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt Makuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy just like the rest of us. Makuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. You can even tell the way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Makuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
so in other words,
In other words, when it comes to this profile, there was more important information about Makuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of
Interesting.
man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting building. I was half listening to Byaku as I skimmed through the reports. Makuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. Entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Makuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Makuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Makuro is a part of the Ultimate Despair? I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Makuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Makuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Makuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the headmaster is even stronger than Makuro was.
what?
What's wrong, Makuro? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's an important bit of information within that file that you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5'7", 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals, 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? Busty. What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean it's time for grabby hands? What is he trying to say? There's a chance the body isn't actually Makuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. What?
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. I'm saying. Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind, thanks. There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. Even in the headmaster's room there's a monitor. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. 78
It's random
student
fact
registry.
time. When dogs are first born, they are completely blind and cannot hear anything. The first sense that they develop is the sense of touch.
Oh, well, you didn't post that in chat though. Is that because I've got tasks up or something? No, because she's still telling jokes. She's still posted a joke on her. That was weird. She said that but never posted it in chat. Apparently that's us. It has profiles on me and everyone I met at the beginning, and Makuro. Just like Makuro was apparently a new student here at Hawks Creek. Makuro Ikasawa, part of the Ultimate Despair, which means her and the Mastermind should have been allies. But then why would the Mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? Even in the headmaster's room, there's a surveillance camera. Yeah, well, doesn't that tell you everything you need to know? Isn't that very strange? So the well, mind you, it was already pointed out that the headmaster isn't the mastermind. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here. So what's he trying to say? Is he saying he thinks? I think he thinks that Kyoko is the mastermind, but I don't think that really makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, yeah, she's related to. It doesn't really make any sense, though. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, clearly she's got animosity towards her father who abandoned her, but she doesn't seem glad that he's dead. Now, I don't know that she would necessarily want to exact revenge. Well, she's just the ultimate detective, right? I don't even think she necessarily wants to get revenge on anybody for killing her father. I just think she's kind of... I mean, she did say leave me alone though, because I need to get my emotions out. Like, I mean, that's understandable. She's just got proof that her father's dead, and you know, he was using her name as the password and blah blah blah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's any way she could be the mastermind. How could she be the mastermind and not know how to get into that room and only be discovering all this stuff for the first time? It would be one hell of an elaborate setup and act if she was. It could be, I think it's either Byakuya or it could even be, I can't imagine it being Kima. I wonder if it's the fucking hippie all this time he's just been playing dumb. Because the thing about the hippies, he's always like, he does always seem like he's not really part of the rest of the group. Like he hasn't really put any effort into investigating anything. Mind you, neither is Glasses Girl, but I don't think Glasses Girl can be the mastermind because, you know, she can't stand the sight of blood. Why would she be a mastermind who wants us to all kill each other in despair? That doesn't really make sense. Unless they're going to do some weird twist where, oh, it was her split personality, Genocide Jill, who was the real mastermind behind all this. I just don't really see it. But it seems more plausible that hippie guy might just be pretending to be as dumb as he is, and maybe he's the mastermind behind all this. And by just acting stupid and, you know, all hippy-dippy, he gets to be among us without really aiding in the investigations. And, you know, just kind of acts like he's... Because it's almost like he's always like the innocent bystander among us, you know what I mean? Like, we rarely suspect him, because nobody... And that's the thing, like, we give him a pass because we just don't... At least I have. I've never believed that he's ever been competent enough or smart enough to pull any of these elaborate murders off, so that's why I never suspect him. But yeah, what if his dumb thing is just an act? Right? If he's just acting dumb. I think that's the most likely scenario. If the mastermind is one of us. Yeah, I can't see it being Kyoko. That doesn't make any sense, really. She's already too connected to this, but she's clearly just trying to figure shit out for herself, I think. And like I said, I just don't think it would be a very satisfying part of the story, because you have to jump through a lot of hoops of disbelief to believe that she's that good of an actor, and the whole thing was just an elaborate act to convince you that she was not the mastermind the whole time. Which I just don't think that would be a very satisfying conclusion for most people, because it's just... I just feel like it's just too unbelievable at this point. Whereas all you need to convince people that it was the hippie all along is you just, you know, you show this other side that we haven't seen of him, and you're just like, ah, you fucking idiots. Do you know how, you know what I mean? Do you know how annoying it's been to play this dumb the whole time? Do you know what I mean? Do you know how infuriating it's been to not say anything this whole time and act like this stupid hippie? You know what I mean? I played you against each other, war. You know what I mean? I can imagine some villainous speech at the end where he's like, you know, okay, so he's just been acting dumb all along. Because it's easy to just act dumb and, you know, act like you don't know what you're doing. And like you couldn't hurt a fly. And then, you know, just kind of... And that's the thing, then that way you get to be... Now that's the other thing, right? If the mastermind is among us, they're not going to want to change too much. I think they just want to be a voyeur at that point. They just want to watch from the inside, right, like a fly on the wall. And that's why I think it could be the hippie guy, because he doesn't do that much. So that's kind of the role he's playing. It's more like he's watching us than really acting on things all that much. Which is why I think that's another reason why I don't think there's any way it could be Kyoko. Because Kyoko's too involved, she's doing too much, you know what I mean? She's trying too hard to uncover everything. And that makes sense if she's, like, you know, a detective or whatever. But it certainly doesn't make much sense if you're the mastermind who just wants to be amongst all this madness. Why would you... I mean, yeah, maybe if you want... That would mean to be hands-on and amongst us and a mastermind, right? Your motivation for that would be to orchestrate everything from within, right? To be in control and to orchestrate everything. So to play us off against each other. And that doesn't really make any sense because Kyoko's only ever really confided in us. She's only ever really trusted us. She's not really been playing anyone off against her. She kind of keeps, for the most part, she's just kind of kept herself to herself. But she seems to have like confided in us. So that doesn't really seem like, you know, much in terms of playing people off or manipulation. And so, given how hands-on she is, but how she's not really interested in the rest of us, again, that doesn't seem like the motivations of somebody who's in on it, who wants to sort of manipulate us all from within and play us off against each other from within. But I could see it being the hippie guy if his whole thing at the end is like, yeah, you know what I mean? Do you know how frustrating it is? Do you know how many times I could have, you know, done something? But it's been so frustrating just watching you all run around like headless chickens. You know, something like that, where it's like, okay, so you're just pretending to be dumb the whole time and kind of watching from the side. I can see that. Assistants. Next task.
Task. Figure out who the real manipulator is and turn the tables on them. Let's outsmart the mastermind together.
Next task.
3. Check the Monokuma door in the data center.
End conversation. Okay, she wasn't Yeah, she's a little bit dimmer than she was now because I obviously messed with all the lights while I was trying to get this new Vtuber model set up. So her colours are all a little bit off and her lighting's a little bit off. She's not as bright as the my Vtuber model now, so I gotta fix that. Hey Makoto, are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah!
So I figured, if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But...
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean...
Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck. So you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it. Yeah, and again now, right? It's like now. So we're bumping into everybody because everybody's curious and they want to know what's going on. We haven't bumped into Hippie Guy. And I bet when we do, he's not really fucking doing anything. He's just like fucking stuck in the garden or whatever. Which again is like another, you know, another thing that hints that if the mastermind is one of us, it's likely to be him because he doesn't even seem that curious about anything that's happening either, you know what I mean? He's not like, I guess, up until now, you as the player just assume that he's just so fucking far gone, you know what I mean? He's just such a dipshit that he just, you know, he's in cuckoo land, he's in la la land, he's just not with it. But like I say, maybe that's all an act so he gets to sort of be the fly on the wall, you know? I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Or maybe she just wants to throw you. Maybe she wants to do the blown. Okay, you got anything else to say to me?
Okay.
Thanks, Makoto. She probably didn't mean it like that. But doesn't she care what happens to me? nobody cares, obviously. It's not like the other monitors, it's a normal TV set up to receive the live broadcast. Apparently this killing game is being broadcast live across the world. Thinking about it is making my mind start to creep again, so I'd better stop. What is all this creepy mind bullshit? Okay, we're just going in then. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high performance PCs, nothing like the ancient laptop. Alter Ego is installed on. Same thing before, I think. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Oh wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was... Whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. There's some kind of hatch on the floor. But right now, I'm more concerned about that weird device. Maybe I'll find John locked down there. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi... Oh, Hifumi would probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpits? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then that could mean Monokuma's a cock.
Okay.
We need to hurry. Alright, let's start poking around with it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just, or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hina already jabbed away at the control panel.
Huh?
How did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. What did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one, the button that says Data Center. Data Center? I took a good look at the control panel and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labelled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out.
Yeah!
Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from here. Don't worry, I'll cheer you on
Captain
super loud.
Copium about to have a plain old time with those buttons. Ha! Rolling on the floor laughing airplane.
Don't worry, I'll cheer you on super loud from way over here. Okay, for some reason, Kat has stopped posting in the chat, which is odd. I assume everything's fine going out on Twitch and everything, because I have to admit it is very lonely in here today. There's literally nobody here. What is happening? We are live and everything, right? We are live. Where are we? Hello? Okay, yeah, it's just being a little bit laggy, I guess. So I'm just gonna restart Cat. Cause she stopped posting in chat and this is a bit weird.
I'm ready, meow. You have 4 new tasks.
Okay. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? So maybe that dispatches Monokuma to the room. Hey. God, give me all your donuts. Is that you, Hina?
What?
What? Busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling.
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Guess what I found? The self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Oh man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it, and the control panel inside. Yeah, okay, well, that makes sense, right? So that just sends Monokuma to wherever we want to send him. So, let's look at that and speak to her again. And see if we have any reason to send him somewhere in particular. Whoa, hey, Makoto, what the hell was that just now? Monokuma.
Huh?
What do you mean? What you were controlling just now, it was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma?
Oh!
For real? Yep, it looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind is being controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory is right. Was it though? But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if it is true, it's a very polarizing approach. It doesn't really make any sense. Surely they would be able to see or hear at least through Monokuma. Because how else would they be able to have him, like, communicate through him or whatever? It's just, this seems weird to me. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. And then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Okay, Monokuma control room. What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, it's nothing. Okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? And so who knows if they set traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So like, you wanna leave soon? There's still a lot of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. You can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you wanna get going? Yeah. Well, let me just check. Can I do anything with this again? What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get the hell out of here. Okay. As soon as As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it is locked, but why? Of course it's locked because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
Just a second.
Hey, not fair, you can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Look, again, this doesn't make any sense, right? Unless are they saying, because doesn't this literally mean that the mastermind was hiding in there somewhere, and now they literally just locked the door, and now they're controlling Monokuma again? Is that what it's supposed to be saying? And by him saying, if the door stays open, I won't be able to move around, as in, the mastermind won't be able to use the control panel. This is just weird. In that room, as you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correct the number.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a suspicious hatch? No, the hatch on the floor. Too bad, that was your big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace. He's gone, but
So,
was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You've got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See ya. You know, took off at full sprints. I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Assistant! Next task.
Oh, check the biolab on the 5th floor.
Biolab on the 5th floor. Okay. Where? I'm going to go where? Biolab. Gotta be the one with the microscope. Oh yeah, we couldn't get any before, right? Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. My nipples are able to cut glass and it's abnormally cold. I feel like I'm a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Probably because it's a biolab, you idiot, and there's like specimens and shit in there. I'm surprised the surveillance camera can work with how cold it is in here. There are icicles hanging from the monitor. I do love these amazing comments, don't you? There's a stack of tarps here. This is the school of tarp. I've been seeing a lot of these lately. Yeah, no shit. Oh, so cold. Why so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... What? Right. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. Ah, that's it. I've seen this kind of thing in the horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated system is activated. Temperature and humidity level will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge. I don't think I'm quite done in here yet. Oh really? Well, I interacted with everything, so why are you not done in here? Do I need to look at this again? No. The top again? I literally checked everything. Only some of the lights are on. The ones on the left, the right hand lights are off. Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. Well, yeah. You needed that extra interaction, did you, to realise that? It looks like it's a setup so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which will mean inside each slot lit up in blue, there's a big boogie. Yes, and another one of the victims. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's dead, and that is defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Assistant.
Let me share this fun fact
Next
with you.
task.
The total spend on adult Halloween costumes each year in America is $1.5 billion. 5. Revisit the garden where the body was found.
The garden. That's probably where the plant is. Huh? It's gone! Muruko's Mukuro's body. It's not here. The plant. Maybe it did though. You don't think it's related to the case, but you just literally contradict yourself in the same breath. You said, is it true that this thing can eat people? Oh, but I don't think it's related to the case. Maybe the body is in the tool shed. I'll check just to make sure. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body. Oh, bummer. But if it's not in here, then it must be in the morgue. Could it be in the biolab? The corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. The tarp played a key role in another case, so I'd better look into it. Oh, stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. McKelly used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet. Which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab! And this originally came from the Biolab. So what is the implication being that the body was the body was killed before the body was found? Of course, you idiot. How could it have been killed after it was found? Well, yeah, no, that's quite a logical inconsistency. Anyway. That's all I really need to check here. No, check the beloved chickens. There are still just the 4 chickens left. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. You'd be terrified by an extra chicken, would you? Good to know. Well, don't go to KFC, whatever you do. Holy shit. Never figured that down. Assistant? Next task.
6. Revisit the dojo for more clues.
The dojo, that's right here. Do you know it? Oh no, not you. See, again, what did I say? Who have we not bumped into? Who's the only person who doesn't give a fuck about any of this? The fucking hippie? Right, everybody else is like running around trying to figure out what's going on, except him. Maybe because he already knows, or maybe because he's just watching right from the side. Yeah, I think if one of us is the mastermind, it's got to be the hippie guy. And that's going to be that big plot twist, right? Because they'll be like, oh, he was just acting dumb all along. He was actually... But then again, I think it's weird, right? Because if the mastermind's supposed to control Monokuma inside the data center. I'm trying to think, that's impossible then, isn't it? Because he's been in trial with us, unless... See, I noticed that sometimes his arms aren't in his sleeves, right? And he wears his jacket without his arms being in the sleeves. So when somebody said, oh, well, it could be one of us, and then how would they do that? And then it was like, oh, well, maybe they're controlling, like, you know, hiding the controls in front of us or something. I thought, well, the only person that could be is maybe the hippie. But I think it's a stretch, but... Yeah, that would be... Because hippies... It wouldn't make that much sense because the hippie's been in trials with us. And Monokuma's been in his chair, you know, deliberating them or whatever you call that. Is that the word? No, it's not the word. I can't think of the word. Debilitating? Nope. Anyway, he's been in trial with us, right? So if if Hippie Boy is controlling Monokuma, he's got to have a way of doing it right in front of our eyes without us noticing. And I haven't really paid that much attention, so I don't know. Maybe it felt like, ooh, ever noticed that he never has his hands in his sleeves? That's because, ta-da, he has a secret penis-shaped joystick under his pants and you never noticed. You know what I mean? Like some weird twist like that, but I don't know, that seems like a stretch to me. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
What do you want? Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? Yeah. No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, no single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back my precious time. Calm down, Turtle.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anybody accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm just gonna get going. There's a bunch of wooden lockers here. We found a clue in here, but it was just the mastermind's attempt to frame Kyoko. I can totally imagine Sakura out here using this to train. A suit of armor is on display. It's extremely Japanese. The tiger seems pretty far away. Wow, good for you. Well, that's basically it, right? We did everything it said. Assistants. Next task.
Congratulations on completing your tasks.
So now what? Maybe we go. Let's
Bored
see.
much. Let's spice things up.
Bored much? I'm not bored. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. That was everything. Maybe Kyoko is ready to talk now. Where's Hippie in there? No. Well, that's weird because it's saying Monokuma's in the data center, but it's not anymore. Yeah, I do find that incredibly suspicious. That the hippie guy is the only one who didn't seem to give a fuck, right, about this investigation. He never really has. Never seemed to give a shit about the investigation. And the only reason we've passed locker room. I think the only reason we've given him such a big pass on that up to this point is just because we've all assumed that he's a freaking incompetent idiot. but that's not easy to fake. Not difficult to fake. If you wanted to just watch from the sidelines. And he doesn't seem to give a shit right now. He's not. He's the only one of us who isn't looking at something right now to try and figure stuff out. Because he's probably more interested in what we're doing. Alright, I don't know if she'll talk to me now. There's all kinds of stuff I want to talk to her about. I know we've got to plan our kid. We've got to name our kids. You know, we have to think about like where we're going to buy a house together for the kids, and you know all the kind of ring she wants. And, yeah, I don't know. I better give her some more time. Damn it! Yeah, that's fine. It's not that like, look, it's not that like I can't live without her or anything. I just thought it would move the story along or something, because like right now I've done everything on my list and nothing's happening. Right? Oh, it's not. I was gonna say, I thought that was the present that was from that room. I was like, wait, what? But these are just the presents that you give to other people. So what do I do now? Maybe like try going back to my room or something. I don't know. I don't really know what else to do. I've been everywhere. There must be something left for me to find though, right? But it gave me quite an extensive list there of places to check, and I've checked them all. We didn't get a new key card or anything for these lockers. Wait! Okay, we got into one of the lockers. We couldn't do that before. Yeah, I think we did get a card or something, didn't we? I don't even know where we got it from. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. Holy fucking shit, dude. The room got blown up. Every other locker has its face smashed the fuck in. And you're gonna open this dude's locker and be like, ugh, it's so disorganized. Those books aren't even in alphabetical order. Everything's stood up nice and neat. Every other locker has been demolished all around it, and you're going to be like, oh, this person must be the most unorganized, trashiest piece of shit slutbag in the universe, because these books aren't even alphabetized. Oh my god, what a slob. There's all kind. It's like when you walked into that tool shed and it was like, this is the most unorganized tool shed in the history of tool sheds, and everything's like in its own place, nice and neat, tucked away. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? This guy's got like some major problems on him. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Why is this guy? What is this guy's problem? Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside of the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? What? Yasuhiro Hagakure. Who is that? Yeah, this is Hippie, isn't it? Yeah, of course, it makes sense, right? It's got like incense in it. This is probably why he's laying it on so thick. This guy must be a piece of shit. What a disorganized slutbag. What an asswipe. There's no denying what I saw. Yeah, that's him, isn't it? I called this. Didn't I say? This is what I just said. Rewind the VOD if you don't believe me. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Kakagore. Is this our Yasuhiro? What do you think? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here. No, that can't be possible. Told you. I saw this coming. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us, and we all got sucked into this evil world. We never had a chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? What do you think? So he's obviously the mastermind. Oh, he's in on it in some way, shape or form. This is a crystal ball. A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Deny all you want. You can deny all you want. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think we already looked at everything here. So this just proves that Hiro was in this school way before we got here. So he's linked to the school somehow. But yeah, the idea that like the mastermind is among us obviously got me thinking along those lines. And the more I considered Hiro as maybe it could be Hiro, maybe it could be Hiro and he's just putting on an act or whatever. So is there any, are we sure we can't get into any of these other lockers? I think we already have our smoke to go, to be honest. Oh, we got another one. This thing is practically empty. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly, so it just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. Wait, the headmaster and my father. But Kyoko said, didn't Kyoko say her father was the headmaster? So she wouldn't say the headmaster and my father, would she? She'd say whatever, the mastermind and my father, because her father was the headmaster, right? I'm pretty sure that's correct. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with the plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. It does sound like Kyoko though. This can't be true, can it? But I thought she said that her father was the headmaster. And everything else in this game's been saying that the headmaster and the mastermind are not the same person. But she just said a plan to do all this from the headmaster and my father. right? So isn't that a mistake then? Is that like a fucking an actual mistake in the writing? Because I'm pretty sure she said that her father was the headmaster. And all along we've been told that the headmaster and the mastermind, unless it's a translation issue or something, maybe it was supposed to be the headmaster, comma, my father or something. I don't know, but when I just read that, I read the headmaster and my father, which would obviously suggest that whoever wrote this, their father is not the headmaster, because they wouldn't have said the headmaster and my father, right? But I thought Kyoko's father was the headmaster. So if this is supposed to be written from the perspective of Kyoko, unless Kyoko's lying. I don't know. But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in the locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. Yeah. So maybe she's just lying about who her father was as well. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Again, though, it seems it's like the murder weapon thing in the locker room key, right? It's like, I don't know, right? This girl is incredibly meticulous. She's incredibly competent. She's incredibly thorough and careful. If she's involved with this in some way, shape or form, why the fuck would she leave a pocketbook implicating herself? You know what I mean? Just in a locker that she knows will eventually have access to. It just seems weird. It seems stupid. I don't know. Despair walks among us. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Right. Nothing else in here, is there? But the more I see, the less sense it makes, because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are these things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? And a notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone.
Whoa, slow down there, detective. Investigating lockers and finding mysteries. Ha! Keep that detective hat on tight.
Oh, so now we just go straight into the trial, do
This
we?
is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious. There's no doubt about it that this could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Wow, we got teleported here. Yeah, look who's here as well. Oh, hey, hero. Guru. Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. He has been hiding something this whole time. For your final hints? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope. This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. Why is it just feels like this is gonna have some stupid plot twist where it's like, ooh, surprise, it was all just a game show and you won, yay, and look, we're all okay. You know, like some stupid TV show. It's like Darren Brown will show up and be like, oh yeah, sorry about that. There's everyone who come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me, but wait! There's someone behind Cypher. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file, Makoto Ikasawa, and this girl is... What? Why? Why is Makoto here with everyone else? And even more than that, just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. Wait a minute, hang on. But these aren't just the dead ones either, are they? Alright, so these aren't even just the dead ones, because we're in this, is that right? Because there's Kyoko. Am I in this? Where am I don't see me in there though. My character seems to be the only one that's missing. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Hina in the bottom right. It just looks different. Not in a tracksuit. Because we've got Byakuya, right, we've got Byakuya, whatever his name is, Hina. We've got Glasses, Kyoko. The AI, I forgot the name now. This supermodel fashion girl who died really early. That guy, I want to stick up his ass. Sayaka, Sakura, whatever her name is. Yeah, the curvy, geeky guy. Hero guy. That one at the front. Oh, that'll be the first one who fucking manipulated me, the pop star. Then that one to the left of her is supposed to be the new girl, the one that's we never found out about. Then you got baseball guy in front at the front there. You got corn on the cobhead, the biker guy, next to Hero, and then on the very far left you've got. It's I'm supposed to be the one who's taking the picture. You've got a Tubby.
They call me Cat, not Tubby, but I'll let it slide this time.
But I don't know. I'm not in there, right? Is there anybody else who's missing from there? Is that all of us? How many students was this supposed to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So including me. So I'm literally the only one that's missing then, right? I would be the 16th student if you added me to everybody else here. Which is how many there's supposed to be. So there's nobody else missing as far as I can tell. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. Yeah, I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hawke's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean? Could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you going to keep up the scrambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way standing there, you know? So I mean, get out. But I told you I'm not fielding any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? You'd be totally out of left field. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looked so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. So where even is everybody? Is that the headmaster's office? It says he's on the 2nd floor. I don't think the headmaster's office was on the 2nd floor. Doesn't it normally say which building you're in? Archive. Is archive library? Yeah, okay, I think that's the library, and the archive will be the little room just off the library. So he's in here. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait. Of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like this? Like he was purposefully trying to avoid me. There'll be nothing to you in here, right? That wasn't applicable before. Which room was Hero in? Garden. That was the garden, wasn't it? Hey Hero! Nicole! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, no! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It was like he was avoiding me, like he was afraid of me. Why? There was somebody else on this floor. Okay, with glasses. In here. I decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there was her passed out again. Toko? Well, why the fuck? How the hell did she get in here? It's open. Oh, but Toko. We always just leave her. We're used to her just passing out. Toko, are you okay? No, she's not dead, is she? Yeah, what exactly? I could have told you that. Ah, it's cold, it's super cold, it's so cold I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see!
What? I was asleep? Oh, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No.
Have you reached that certain age?
Straight up horny. Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know, last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What did you do to me, to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right, your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo, bazinga. We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing, it's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like the double the memory. No, it's more like half. But all I want to know right now is where's my little darling? Tell me now or I slit your throat. I don't know, I'm sure Bjeka's around somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire!
I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely you must be right now. Toko shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anywhere. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's got to be some reason for it. Probably this happened, I don't know. The fridge is open, but I'm sure they were all shut last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko! At least somebody's fucking talking to me. Which is ironic, isn't it? Because she was the only one who wasn't talking to me before.
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologise. Stop! Simping! Look, mate, at this point, right, you need to have it out with her, because... I mean, basically just, we need to tell her, just at least fucking say, look, what, I need to know what the fuck is going on here. Tell me if you know something I don't. Here's what I know. Hero's got a fucking locker here. You've got a fucking locker here that says you're full of lies and you've been telling me shit. Class photo with everybody else in it but me. Tell me what the fuck's going on. But instead he's like, ooh, you don't have to apologise. Just fucking give it up already, mate. She's never gonna shag you.
Listen.
What listen about this room? Oh yeah?
It would seem...
It's a morgue. You don't fucking... Oh my god, I'm so... You know, I thought it was an ice cream storage warehouse. Thank you so much. I was trying to figure it out. Why did the ice cream look like dead bodies? I just couldn't figure it out. But now it makes sense. Thank you, Kyoko.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted.
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot door, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why is everything got to be so difficult with her?
Anyway,
we should close it up. Don't want to leave hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand of this. Yoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stops. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Makuro's body is in here. Makuro's corpse. Makuro's body is inside the
On
fridge.
Twitch, Streamer Lemon says, KF6DBS just raided with 1 viewers.
Ah, thank you for the raid, KF6. How are you? You also, I'm a Danganronpa noob, just a heads up. So I have no idea what's about to happen. So this is my first ever Danganronpa, first ever time playing it. But yeah, this is madness. It's just madness. My brain will never be the same. So yeah, thank you for the raid. Wondering if you're also a fan. Well, I don't know if I'm a fan because, like I said, it's my first game, but I think I probably am a fan now because I cannot stop playing it.
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The Mastermind did it because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. But either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail. You're going to grab his what now? Oh, okay, what should I do?
KF6DBS says, finished 4 world quests in Genshin Impact. Now enjoying a late lunch.
Ah, yeah, you were watching Earlier on you, I think a few days ago. Yeah, I recognise the name. Nice! 4 world quests in Genshin. Yeah, I need Siegewin to come out because I'm saving some quests for her. And I'm not really feeling the cat petting one right now. But I think Spiral Abyss resets soon, so I can probably jump in for that, I think.
So then,
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there, and that's it. Okay. Can we not at least try and get some answers?
Spiral
was it
Abyss
yesterday?
reset yesterday.
Cool. Well, I should do that because I enjoy that. But what? Yeah, I know, but where does she want me to wait? Oh, wait, she said something there. Hang on. It would seem the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. Well, yeah, duh, we know that. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including the heroes, there's 9 in all. 9 lights. Right. Well, how many should there be? Wait. Hang on. Was that including... Let me see that again. Was that 9 including the one that's open? Or excluding? Including, it says including Makukukos, there's 9 in total. Okay, let me figure this out. 9. So including her, there should be, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Including, it said. So including her, she's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It should be 10. So now I'm thinking, wait, if when it said the mastermind may have been one of us, maybe if there's only 9 bodies, one of these was a fake. If it's anybody, it's probably Celeste. Maybe one of these morphos faked their own deaths, right? Maybe one of them isn't really dead. It's gotta be Celeste. If it's not Hero, like pretending to be stupid, and he's really the mastermind watching from the sidelines, it has to be Celeste. Now, the more I look at Celeste, the more I think, wait, did Celeste really die? I mean, didn't we see it burn alive though? But somebody, we saw them all. Did we see them all die? Let me think about this. Did we see them all die? Sakura? How did they die? Let me think. Let's go through it. How did they die? I can't remember. He got torn apart by bikes, I think. He got hit with baseballs. How did he die? I don't remember. I don't really remember how she died either. She was dead when we found her. So she was dead. She was like, but was she really dead? Was she really dead? Celeste! What happens if Celeste was burned alive? She was killed in front of us by Monokuma. And this one... Oh, what happens to them? Oh, we definitely watched them die though, I think. Oh, did we? Did we? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Right, so now what? What are we doing now? I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. Yes, you should. And what about the diary and the diary as well? Everything? After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about the hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us or to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here, looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as to trap and confuse us? Well, ask her about the diary. That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. I should ask Kyoko about the group photo. No! What about the diary? Diary! We're not gonna ask her about the diary. Are you serious? It should be in here though, right? Yeah. Locker pocketbook. Can we not ask her about it? No. Would she even tell us the truth anyway? Probably not. So do I leave? I can't leave with things the way they are right now. Well, what do you want me to do? I've already looked through this instruction manual. You've already done everything now, yeah. You know, I think I've seen a top like this somewhere before. Ah, it's the same one as the one I found in the garden tool shed. Well, yes, given that it had mold written on it or whatever the hell. And if I remember that tarp, I had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over here. Tarp has been updated and added to the truth diary. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do a good job if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So did you find anything in your report?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and the blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which completely went through the body. They also had been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is the other wounds, but the file says they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they gave.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds makes it sound like they've been there forever. Like they're not related to the murder. You're saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it. Not necessarily true, because I mean that's the thing, right? You're an idiot, right? We found the body. We already know the body was a setup to try and frame Kyoko, right? And we found morgue tarp near the body, used on the body in fact, right? when the body was moved. So isn't it obvious that the body was probably taken out of the morgue? And then didn't somebody literally just say the wounds were created after death? So basically, oh, we need to frame somebody for a murder. Quick, get one of the bodies out of the morgue, stab it a few times, start a cross trial, point all the evidence at Kyoko. Bob's your uncle. Huh? Why is he so dumb?
So then,
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
at the very least,
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of me.
right.
Kyoko, stop wasting your time with this loser, alright? You need a smarter brain, okay? Like, good old Copium, mate. Nah, she's far too young for me. A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answers from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words,
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of the possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Kyoko's account has been added to the Book of Truths.
Hey.
So if there's anything else you would like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Yes, about the condition of the body. Come to think of it, there is one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Mukuru's profile, it listed her height and weight. Quite an attractive young woman, don't you think?
so
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Ya bambuza. Huh? Did I get all that right? Eh? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then,
indeed.
were they real? And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is without a doubt Makuro Ikusaba.
And
Is that all you wanted to ask? No, ask her about that. Ask her about the diary. Yeah, I think so. Oh my god, you sip! Sip alert! Attention! Sip in the house!
so then,
Then it looks like we have no further business with Makuro's body. What about your body? Just, I have some business. Can I have? Forget it. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, are we not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
why?
Sad. Yeah, it's just a stake to her, dude. Look at her. I think you're barking up the wrong tree if you're looking for a heart. If you're looking for any ounce of love, I think you've honestly mistaken. Did you forget she was our enemy once? A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey,
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but you really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
so then,
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. Are we, please, yes, are we actually going to ask her about it? Yes! Yes! I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in the locker. Will she do? She'll just deny it. If I don't do it now, well, do it then. Come on! Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
what?
Go ahead then, out with that. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What?
What?
So,
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
indeed.
Yes. This is my only issue though, right? If she's as meticulous as she is, as thorough as she is, you know, and everything else, blah blah blah, competence, blah blah blah. Are we to believe that she just leaves this, like, you know, like smoking gun sort of insanely clear evidence just lying around in a locker that she knows we can find that points directly at her? You know, it's a bit like that locker room key thing, and you know, some of the other evidence that was planted in previous times, but sometimes you think it's just too obvious, it's too on the nose, you know, it doesn't really add up. So we're either expected to believe that she's full of shit and she's lying to us, and you know, she's the mastermind all along, which, like I was saying earlier, it doesn't really make sense, right? For someone who's this involved and this desperate to get to the truth, she's either the world's greatest actor as well as the world's greatest mastermind, or, you know, I think she's not the fucking mastermind, she's just trying to figure this shit out, same as us. You know, or we're expected to believe that she's so dumb that she'll just leave, you know, evidence pointing down. Yeah, so she's all those things, but she leaves, you know, a smoking gun lying around to fool us all. That we just find and misses like the most obvious thing ever. Or, you know, maybe it's just some bullshit and it's all just, you know, more stuff that's being placed to sort of have us cast our suspicions on one another. I mean, that's a fair point, right? Because, okay, so Hiro was white as a ghost when he met with Monokuma, right? And he wants to avoid us now. Maybe Monokuma's convinced him that I'm the mastermind. Then in the lockers there was a piece of evidence that was pointing at Hiro and another piece of evidence that's pointing at Kyoko. So it reminds me of when, you know, the body was trying to frame Kyoko. It all feels very sloppy and very conveniently placed for us to find. So I think, you know, I kind of do smell a rat, to be honest. But anyway, let's see what she says. But to get into any of the lockers you'd need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only get access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you said just makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster and your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto,
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have possibly imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Okay, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker.
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll make sense. A DVD, and it says Class 78 Urgent Interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Alright.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, The arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, I guess. I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However,
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still much more to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know. Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I'd better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth, but no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. Well said, well said. I don't know what. I'm intrigued, I'm fascinated, I can't wait, I'm on the edge of my seat. But it is getting late. And yeah, parents are going to bed soon, so I would need to speak quietly, and rather than sort of ruin the experience, you know, by kind of having a whisper the words and everything else.
Decent time to stop.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like a good point to stop because I feel like this is going to be a big one.
The next class trial is no joke.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I don't know. I have some theories. Here's my top theories for now. My top theories. I don't believe for 1 minute that Kyoko's in on it. I think she would need, if Kyoko was in it, she would need to be the world's greatest actor as well as the world's greatest mastermind, and I just don't think it would make for a satisfying answer for anybody. If the mastermind is among us, the only person I can think it could be would be the hero guy, because he's very standoffish, right? And he could just be playing dumb. So what I notice about him is he's always sort of on the sidelines. He's like the fly on the wall, and I feel like if the mastermind was going to be among us, maybe they would do that. They would sort of just hang back, you know, and watch what we do and not get too involved. There's no way it can be the glasses Jill girl, because she's, you know, she can't stand the sight of blood. It doesn't make any sense that she'd be the mastermind behind all this. It could be Byakuya, but again, I feel like he's too involved. He's too interested in getting to the truth and figuring stuff out like we are. But the other thing I noticed about Hiro is every time we're doing a murder investigation or, you know, getting to the bottom of things, he's always just pissing around, like he's not really doing anything. And I think up to now we've just passed that off as, oh yeah, well, he's just an idiot and he's just stupid and he's incompetent, so, you know, we never really suspect him. But the more I think about it, the more I think, well, if he is among us, maybe that's just an act, you know, and maybe that's why he's sort of invisible in the background, because he kind of just wants to watch us and see what we do. And certainly in this latest investigation, everybody was somewhere investigating except Hiro, who was once again just like completely uninterested in what's going on. And so that does kind of make him the outlier in many ways. And it wouldn't be that difficult to just act dumb and play dumb whilst watching from the sidelines. So yeah, I do suspect Hero. Probably the most among us. But then also there was a bit of a spin here that there seems to be a body missing among us. So then what if the mastermind faked their death? Like Celeste would be my number one suspect if that was the case. Maybe Celeste didn't really die, because she seems like someone who would be capable of deceiving us to that level, maybe. And so maybe the mastermind was among us but is no longer, right? I don't know. Of course, if the mastermind is Hero, they're supposed to also be controlling Monokuma. What, in the trial while they're also there? I don't know how that works. Maybe I don't think his arms are in his jacket most of the time. Maybe he's got some way of controlling him without us seeing. I don't know. Seems like a stretch though. If it's Celeste and she faked her own death, she could be in the control room controlling Monokuma now. But what about before then? Was she, I don't know, somehow controlling him right in front of us without us noticing? So many questions, no answers, but, you know, I'm sure they will all be revealed in good time. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow. And I might do some Spiral Abyss, because I do love that. And certainly more of this. So thank you for the raid. Thank you for stopping by, and I will catch you next time. Take care, have a good one, bye.